Easy folks, how you doing? For those of you who saw my last video about the Polaris slingshot and wondered what else I was doing in southern Spain, then this video will shed a little bit more light on the matter. For those of you that didn't, there's a link to that video in the description below. This video though is my candid, honest opinion of the Indian Scout 60. If you're watching this, then you're probably thinking of buying one. So in this video I hope to highlight everything you could want to know before parting with your hard-earned cash. If there's anything I didn't cover, please drop me a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Right folks, let's ride. So here we are in Spain, test riding the new Scout 60. One question you might be asking yourself is, how does the Scout 60 compare to the larger Scout? Well, let's get those details out the way right now. First of all, there's less chrome on the 60, with blacked out parts making the smaller capacity bike look a little bit meaner and more aggressive. The wire cover above the all now black headlight is also gone, and the diamond cut wheels of the 2016 Scout are replaced with the black painted version which came on the first 2015 bikes. The tan leather seat has been replaced by an all-weather black vinyl version, and the Scout logo is also missing from the tank of the 60. It certainly picks up quickly. Mechanically, the engine has dropped from 1133cc down to 999cc. Or in American, that's 69 cubic inches down to 61. Not quite the 60 of its namesake, but damn near close enough. The 60 has also dropped one of the Scout's 6 gears, but the ratio of the 60's 5th is the same as the 6th on the original Scout. The transmission is perfectly suited to the roads we were riding in Marbella, spending most of our time in 3rd and 4th gear as the torque pulled the bike around the long sweeping bends and tight technical turns with ease. So this is 80 kilometres and I'm in 5th gear doing 2,500 RPM, and it's still got plenty of grunt to pull away. It is very much like the Scout, its bigger brother in 6th gear. So when they say that the ratios are the same in top, I can completely accept that. Not having ridden the 1133 Scout on similar roads, it's difficult to say if it would cope any better. My first thought upon riding the 60 is that the smaller 999cc bike with its 5-speed transmission might actually be better suited to the task at hand. Only a back-to-back comparison would tell. So how about the ride in general? Well, the press have filled many potential customers with worry about the Indian branded Kendra tyres. I have to say, having covered some distance on the 2015 Scout, I can't really complain too much about how they perform. I will emphasise though that these were all dry miles, so I don't have any experience of how they handle in the wet. The suspension setup has also come into some criticism from a number of factions, but I'm happy to report that I found no such complaint. The front springs and rear shocks hold all 12 stone of Dazzle really well and respond adequately to bumps and undulations in the road. It won't glide over potholes and speed bumps like a well set up adventure bike, but nor should it. With a match setup on the 60, handling is near identical, meaning unless you ride it like a sports bike, then you're probably going to have some fun. And that's what this bike is, fun. Its funky looks and 3/4 size cruiser feel make it a cheeky prospect to ride. If I were to like it to any car I've driven, I would say that it embodies the spirit of the Mini Cooper. Now that's the 60's original, not the BMW Eurobox. Yet while many comment on its svelte dimensions when sat astride the bike, it fits most folk regardless of your height. With extended and reduced reach bars, seats and pegs all available, it's only the ludicrously large or the shockingly small that will struggle with this bike. Speaking of accessories, there are plenty available. If it's bling you want, there's chrome and brass coloured bits and bobs. From engine casing covers to headlight bezels, and that's without even looking at an aftermarket parts catalogue.
If it's touring comfort you're after, then there's highway bars, pillion seats, luggage racks, saddlebags and windshields in various shapes and sizes. If performance is more your thing, then I've already mentioned the Remus N-Can. It provides a brilliant raspiness to the exhaust note, and I think it looks nicer and sounds nicer than Indian Zone Stage 1 kit, which tends to follow the line of the original exhaust much more closely. There's also a whole host of full systems and slip-ons from the likes of Vance & Hines, Huracan and many, many more. I suspect that some people looking at the two Scouts are the sort to strip a bike back to its guts and customise the hell out of it. If that's your bag, then I feel the 60 will make much greater sense than the larger Scout. Not least because of the cheaper price tag, but also because of the lack of chrome on display. The only criticism I can levy at both the Scout and Scout 60 is that the stock seat is not the most comfortable. It's perfectly fine for short distances, but on an extended run I find myself with a case of flat bottom after about 45 minutes in the saddle. Curiously, the bikes fitted with Indian Zone reduced reach and extended reach seats didn't have the same complaint. Overall, I'm really impressed with the Scout 60. For just over £9 on the road, it's an incredibly little fun package. Little? I wouldn't really call it little. I mean, it's a 1000cc bike, but it performs really well. It handles like a bike half its size. It's such a nimble little prospect on the mountain roads, but it's got plenty of grunt to back up the 1000cc tag. If you're after a bike that's not the same as your 600 sports bikes or your Harley Davidson Sportsters, which, to be fair, I've ridden, and compared to this, they're bland. Go get yourself a ride on it and see what you think. I love it. It's awesome.